Welcome back to the 12-Sided Guys. We have Matt playing the smiting septuagenarian swordsman.
Hi.
Scott playing the accursed acrobatic abdicator.
That's me.
Jordan playing the endearing earthy exemplar.
Ooh, salutations.
Sabrina playing the huge hewer of heads.
Hey there.
And me, Paul, the guy who just learned what alliteration is, and can I just say, it is deceptively difficult to do. Oh, it gets better. But thanks for hanging out with this quirky quintet. Thanks to you, our podcast is greatly growing grandly.
Oh, man.
You can help reward us with a rapid ratings rise by rating, reviewing, and reporting our repertoire to relatives and roommates.
Wow.
It takes a tiny tidbit of time and helps hordes of humans hear our history. That was a rough one. And if you want, you can help make our Patreon pizza possible while getting some really rad rewards. Anyway, if you first found Final Fantasy IV frustrating because you kept capering close to Capo, but too distant to discern the desert dwellings, then this podcast is for you. It's the Crystal Codex, episode 55.
Oh, that was so good.
That was a thing of beauty.
So I guess got to say something real quick. The Final Fantasy IV thing. Do you remember that, Matt, when we first rented Final Fantasy II?
Yes, I do. Like, what are we supposed to do? And we just kept going around the outside of the desert, and we never got close enough to the center to see that there was a city there for the story to continue along.
Oh, that's funny.
We rented that game. We played it for hours trying to figure out where to go. And we found the cave.
All we had to do was head straight into the desert. Just go straight across, but we couldn't see the city.
I didn't think it was in the middle. Wasn't it like kind of in like the center right?
Well, it was in like the oasis, and Capo was like right in the middle of the landmass. And if you like followed the coast, which is what we were doing for whatever reason.
All you had to do was just walk straight like 2 more steps and we would have seen it. Oh, gosh. Yes. Anyway, so yes, we were capering close to Kaipo. Yes. All right. Hey, welcome back to the Crystal Codex, episode 55. We are in Taybury, post-shattering of Pavantis. Last time we were together, our heroes reunited. They had a great reunion. Some of them had been together for a couple of days. Some of them had actually met back up after a couple of years. And then one, Ebby, had been gone for quite some time, 3 or 4 years. But they all got back together in the city of Taybury. Noticed that there was some interesting things going on in town, including a prophet of Iramil who was spouting his dogma down at the pits, which is kind of the market of the city. There were also these rough and rugged looking men and women with these little symbols of a tower on their jackets and on their cloaks. They had high collars. They were all armed, and they were moving through town. There was a couple of not really interactions, but eavesdropping on some of their conversations. Apparently, they're here looking for something or someone. Pine met with Queen Kira, and there's also an ambassador from the neighboring kingdom of Arkelvy, which is really just the city of Arkelvy, who has just shown up.
Alleged ambassador.
Alleged ambassador. Well, and it's interesting, too, because Pine was the ambassador from Taybury to Arkelvy, and he just got back, and they never once talked to him. That's kind of where we left off. The day progressed. Everyone kind of did their thing. They all got back together at the keggery. They shared a meal. They got drunk, went to bed. And in the middle of the night, Nari was awakened by Kira's voice through her cell stone that she has not used in a long time, saying, "Nari, help!" And that was it. So here's where we are. Nari is in her room, cell stone in hand. Nari, you know that with this cell stone, you can send back and they can hear you, but they can't respond back again until the next day.
Yeah, Nari is not going to bother responding back. She is going to literally immediately jump into action and wake everybody up as loudly as possible. She's going to just start shouting.
Everybody in the inn or the boys?
I mean, the boys, but she's not worried about collateral when it comes to shouting a little bit.
Okay. Awesome. So you start shouting. You know where everybody else's rooms are because you probably helped carry Roos up to his at least.
I did. I definitely did.
Like a little child that fell asleep.
It's reminiscent of episode 1 where I believe you were carrying Roos for a while.
I love it.
He's a little cute when his little beer mustache flutters when he snores.
Oh, that's adorable.
All right. Well, you know what? No perception checks needed. Pine, Roos, and Ebby, you all wake up to Nari pounding on doors and yelling for you to get up.
What is it? What's going on?
It's Kira. It's the Cellstone. We need to go to the castle ASAP. Let's roll.
Oh, okay. And I'll grab my my stuff and start heading out.
Ebby will do the same.
Roos will do the same.
I'll throw my my officer's coat, my armor, on over my nightshirt and grab my sword. Just grab my sword, unsheath it, and I carry it because I don't have time to put my belt on. And just cane, sword, jacket, pajamas.
So you have your breastplate.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you guys, as you guys start moving through the keggery, Nara, you made a lot of noise. A couple of doors open and people peer out. And one of the people who peers out of one of these doors as you guys are thundering down the hall to get down the stairs and out the door, you see one of these rugged-looking men with a tattoo of a tower kind of tattooed on his left cheek as he looks out at you and then closes the door as you run past. And then you are out the door of the keggery and into the city. The keggery is on the south end of the city. The castle is on the north end of the city, but it's not that big. If you guys hustle and run, you guys can probably be to the castle in about 5 minutes. You move through the streets. You can see that there are lamps that are lit. You can also see that occasionally there are still some crystal tech lights in people's houses, or sometimes like street lamps are crystal tech. But you know that those are becoming a very hot commodity as crystals are not being mined and found anymore. And the only crystal tech out there and crystals that actually have magical potential are ones that were mined before the shattering. So you see some places where it looks like new light posts have been put up with either like oil lamps attached or torches, that kind of thing, where they used to be crystal tech, as people are selling or hoarding crystal tech. But you hustle through the city, up one of these drawbridges into the upper city, and you can see the gates of the castle. And I want everyone to make a perception check.
Pine rolled a 21.
Nari rolled a 24.
Roos got a 10.
Ebby got a 21.
Okay, so lots of good rolls except for Roos. Roos, I imagine you're kind of still a little bit foggy, cobwebbed in your head from all the day drinking you did.
My head's just throbbing right now.
I'm not going to give you disadvantage on your things anymore. You're not technically drunk anymore. You're just, your head's a little bit sensitive. You see, as you approach, that the castle gates are wide open. You look at the gatehouse towers, and with your 20s, above 20 for Pine, Nari, and Ebby, you don't see any movement in the towers. There are lights, there are lanterns lit. You can see coming through like the arrow slits, and you can see some light coming from the courtyard, but you don't see the guards that you would expect. As you guys run into the courtyard, you see these two guards standing on either side of the opening to the gatehouse, and you can see to the left, you see barracks. Straight ahead, you see the grand hall, and then a little bit off to the west, you can see the tower keep where Kira makes her home.
Pine will say, "You there? You know who I am. Come with me. The queen needs our help."
So one of them kind of fumbles with his spear. The other one salutes you real quick and says, "Of course, we know who you are. Sure." And then they say, "Where to?"
"To the queen's chambers, quickly."
The one on the right starts moving towards the grand hall, and the one on the left starts to kind of move to the west and then see this other one moving towards the Grand Hall. He starts to follow.
Nari will kind of look at Pine because they've been in the castle a bit together before and kind of half whisper, I don't think these guys are who we think they are.
I agree. You go on ahead. We'll meet up with you.
They start to move towards the Grand Hall. With your guys' perceptions, you guys can tell they start to move towards the Grand Hall quickly, and then they kind of slow down and turn around and look back at you guys.
Pine will approach them, again, sword drawn in his pajamas with his jacket over the top, and he'll say, "Who are you and what have you done with the Queen?" Pointing my sword directly at the first one.
Let's roll initiative.
All right, Nari rolled a strong 8.
As opposed to a weak 8. There we go.
Roos came out the gate with a 5.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Ebby's got an 18.
And Pine has a 22.
Pine, as you move up to approach these two soldiers, they turn around to look at you. You move kind of out into the courtyard, and as you look to your left and your right, you can see that hiding on one side of the gatehouse, out of view of the gate, you see another figure. This person looks like just kind of a normal guy. He looks like just kind of maybe a farmer or something. He's dressed in normal clothes, just kind of work clothes. He's got this cloak up and over his head, and he looks like he's trying to hide from you. And as you look over to the west, you can see along the barracks, you see somebody else hiding there and dressed similarly, not like in a uniform, but just wearing normal clothes. And they all look at you. You see that the two who are in hiding, they have drawn weapons. Pine, it is your turn.
Okay, Pine's going to say, "We don't have time for this," and just move up to the closest one, and I'm going to take some non-lethal attacks against it, melee attacks, but I'm going to try not to kill this guy.
Why don't you make a perception check real quick?
All right, perception. I got a 21.
All right, as you approach this guy, you can see he's wearing the uniform of a guard of Taybury. It's basically the same uniform that the constables were wearing 5 years ago, way back when you were here, in chapter 1. A little bit of difference. There's the emblem is different that they wear now. They don't wear the imperial symbol anymore. They wear the emblem of the kingdom of Taybury. But as you're looking at him with your 21, you see the first thing you notice is that his uniform it's on, but it's kind of sloppy. Like he's not tucked in where he should be tucked in. The shoulders aren't quite straight. And then as you look at his face, you see a slightly vacant look in his eyes. Like he sees you, he's aware of you, but there is this kind of glassiness to his look. All right, so you were going to make a couple of non-lethal attacks. Go ahead and roll your attacks.
Yeah, as I do, I will say, "There's something wrong here, everybody. Be on your guard." And my first attack is a natural 1, and my second attack is a 25 to hit.
25 will hit.
So that will do 11 slashing damage.
Okay.
And I will say, "Unleash with precision, Swordmaster's Fury." And I'll do another couple strikes. Just a level 1. So that's another 5 damage. So 16 damage total.
All right. Anything else that Pine would like to do?
Yeah, so for my bonus action, I will go ahead and toss out Koenig's Estoc and say, "Field Marshal, sir, I ask your aid."
All right. Where do you want to toss Koenig's Estoc?
Right behind the guy that I am currently facing, and it's a 23 to hit.
That will hit. That deals some force damage.
So yeah, 11 force damage.
Nice. Pretty good round. That's overall 25 damage that round from Pine. All non-lethal.
Koenig's Estoc deals lethal damage, but he didn't die. He's still standing, is what you're saying?
He's not dead, no.
Is he bloody?
Is he bloody? No, he is not. As you are unleashing on this guy, there are times where he's kind of like getting his sword up to try to block what you're doing, but he takes a couple of blows and it doesn't really seem to phase him like you would expect. And Pine, one last thing I forgot to tell you, as you are looking around with your 21 perception, as you were approaching this soldier, you see hiding behind the well in the middle of the courtyard, you see another man. And this man is not dressed like a soldier. He's wearing normal everyday clothing, kind of some sturdy boots, some breeches. He's got a cloak on with the hood pulled up. And when you see his face, he just kind of looks like some normal guy. He's not, he's not clean, like he's rich or anything like that. He's just like a normal guy from town. And you also see up near the Grand Hall, you see ducking down by the stairs, you see a woman hiding there as well.
Okay.
And she is similar. She's similarly dressed. She's just wearing kind of some. If you were walking through town in any part of town, this is kind of the type of people you would just expect to just be passing by, almost like, you would pass by and not even notice them.
Pine will then say, "It's an ambush! Watch out! They're tough sons of bitches!"
Awesome. All right, Ebby, it is your turn. You are still back by the entrance of the courtyard.
All right. Ebby is looking at the odds here, and he is going to actually go ahead and summon Phobos and Deimos. Let's bring in the dire wolves.
Oh,
let's
fantastic.
drop one on the left of Pine, and then one kind of on the right hand of Pine.
You got the spell slots, let's burn them.
Let's do this. A 17 for the initiative for the dire wolves.
Oh man, that means they go next.
Are you serious?
I love those good boys.
Get them, boys. Good boys.
Oh my gosh. All right, 17 for their initiative. We will reorder this initiative. Let's do this again. All right, Pine's turn is over. Ebby, is that all you're doing for your turn?
Yeah. Well, I'll do a bonus action and let's drop the unicorn totem. Kind of maybe just north of Phobos, which is the dire wolf on the left. So like right in this region.
Okay, like so. Yeah, just kind of off to the side a little bit, kind of by Pine and this kind of the man dressed like a soldier, as well as Kenny Dustock. Perfect.
So I imagine this grim-faced kind of, all the grim dire wolves and the grim-faced, zombie-ish like people. And then this magical dancing unicorn just erupts out of the ground and starts.
Yes, pink hooves and kind of a rainbow mohawk and streamers coming off of rippling muscles. Very good.
He's Raven.
That's so Raven. Phobos and Deimos.
Perfect. Oh, I guess for my move, I'm just going to move 10 feet forward just so I'm just barely in the edge of the aura.
Okay.
And I think I can see the corner of another person lurking over here on the right.
Actually, yes. As you move forward, Pine, you were so focused on what was going on in front of you. Ebby, as you move forward, you can see on either side of the gatehouse. On the eastern side of the gatehouse, there's another kind of everyday man hiding, tucked back behind that corner. And then off on the west side by the barracks, you see a second everyday man who is also kind of ducked down and hiding. And Ebby, as you move forward, they both see you and you see them, and they drop their attempts to hide.
Oh, okay. That is it for Ebby himself.
Okay. Well, Phobos and Deimos, let's see what they got.
I mean, let's just go ahead and attack the same person that Pine was attacking.
Okay.
And because of pack tactics for these guys, I think they'll have initiative on their attack rolls.
Yeah, they'll advantage, yeah.
I said initiative, my bad. So there's one roll, a 14 to hit, and a 9 to hit.
Both of those, that will miss.
Okay, so that was Phobos. So Deimos will go ahead and make his attacks. A 9 and a critical, 25.
The critical will hit.
Very cool. Okay. So the damage for that is pretty good. 13 damage, which do we add another 10 to that? Is that how I'm reading that right?
It looks like you did, Deimos did 23 damage to this guy.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
Nice. And he'll need to do a DC 13 strength save or get knocked prone.
Okay. That is an 8, and strength is not his strong suit. That is going to be just a 10. So he is knocked prone. This guy, this soldier, quasi-soldier, just kind of started walking around and all of a sudden got walloped left and right, and he is now on the ground. Awesome.
Okay, and that is it.
It is now this woman's turn who is up by the Grand Hall. She rises up and points a finger down towards you. Uh-oh. She can't. She points a finger at you guys, and from her finger you see this tiny little bead come shooting out of her finger, and when it hits in the middle of kind of the entrance of the courtyard, it flares up into this giant fireball. I need everyone to make dexterity saving throws as this fireball deals 8d6 fire damage.
Pine rolled a natural 1, so he got a 9. Phobos and Deimos get to add 4 to their roll.
Woohoo! That may be very important for them.
Nari rolled a 5, so not doing great.
Oh no. Bruce got a 19.
Ebby rolled a 6, so really not good for Ebby.
How did Phobos and Deimos do?
Yeah, let's see. So Phobos first. We'll need to add 4 to whatever this says. So a 9.
Yeah, the DC is 14 to make this save.
Okay. And then for Deimos, a 10 or a 14.
14. Okay, 14. So Deimos made the save. So the amount of damage is 31 fire damage.
Oh, jeez.
So everyone who failed takes 31 fire damage. Everyone who saved takes half.
Nari's going to take a deep breath and use her second wind and take off 14 points of damage.
Or you mean Stone's Endurance?
Roos doesn't have evasion anymore, so I took 15.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Respecking.
Yeah.
Respect.
I'm only level 6 rogue now, so one more level rogue and I'll have it again.
All right. Well, you guys all got walloped. That was fun. All right. And that is not this person's only level 3 spell slot. Nari, it is your turn.
All right. Well, Nari is going to recover from being hit with that blast, and she's going to run past Ebby and the dogs and get to this guy who's between us and the sorceress.
Sort of the other guy who's dressed like a soldier, the one who hasn't been hit yet.
Yes, and she's gonna hit him for 15.
That misses. Barely.
Okay. I'm going to use my what is it called where you can add your superiority dice to that.
Precision attack.
So I rolled an 8 on that, so make that a 23.
That will definitely hit, yes.
And then I will come in again for 19 to hit.
That will hit, yeah.
Sweet. So 17 and 15.
Holy cow, 32 damage. Dang.
And I am for sure going to use my action surge and attack him again.
Okay.
For a 16 to hit.
That'll hit.
To do 7 damage. And then a 22 to hit to do 10 damage.
Okay, so 7 and 10, 17 more damage. Wow. You wallop that guy.
I am going to have him try to grovel.
I love it.
Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh. Wisdom saving throw. Oh, a natural 1. Oh, okay. So he is, on his turn, he is going to grovel.
Nice.
I got him down, boys.
Okay, very good. Nari, I'm pretty sure that's your turn, and if it's not, I'm going to cut you off anyway. All right, Roos, it is your turn.
All right. Roos is going to run just south of the party towards the one guy that's on the left, like all by himself.
The one who's hanging out over by the barracks on the west side?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's about 30 feet of movement. So I'm about halfway there, but instead of using my action to keep moving, I'm actually going to do 2 other things. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to reach into my overlarge front pockets in my sweater vest and grab Gigi out and say, Gigi, go drop off a potion for Mr. Pine. And I'm going to huck her through the air. And so she kind of glides through the air and drops off a little potion for Mr. Pine to take.
Is she handing me the potion or is she feeding me the potion?
She's feeding you the potion, so she gives it to you.
Oh, that's so cute.
And heals you for not a lot, but five hit points.
I'll take it.
It's like instead of Kiki's delivery service, it's Gigi's delivery service.
Oh my goodness, that's so cute.
So I named the ability Gigi's Potion Delivery Service.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect.
For the second part, my action, I'm going to call on my other friend. I'm going to say, Squire, I need your aid on this one, and kind of point to this guy that's in front of me, away from the rest of the group. Let's distract that guy so we can take him down. And Squire, a kind of an ethereal version of Squire, appears. He surprisingly looks almost identical to Joff, although Joff can't see the resemblance himself. Squire appears right next to this other guy over there in the corner.
Fantastic. So he's given up his big beret and his pantaloons and stuff, and he's wearing like a sweater vest, like Roos is.
Yes, at least for now. So when he normally appears to Roos, he's in those big pantaloons and all his regular getup. But when he appears as a helper, he's kind of like a mirror image of what Roos looks like.
Okay, so we don't look over and see Prince Valium.
Exactly. Very cool. But yeah, this would be your first time actually seeing Squire, and you guys don't know any better that this is what he looks like.
What a goofy looking guy.
He's so goofy looking. I'm so glad I don't look like that.
Awesome. All right. Well, then that brings us now to the bottom of the initiative, which is these rough looking men, these kind of everyday, men. We'll start with the one here that got.
Every time you say everyday man, I think you're like a commercial for Wrangler's jeans or something. For the everyday man.
For the everyday man, yes.
So I think of Tommy Boy. We make car parts for the American working man.
That's who we are, and that's who we care about.
That's right.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so we'll start over here with the one that's farthest to the west, the one who has Squire standing right next to him. Is there any rule for about if he can figure out if Squire is real or not, or does he just assume that there's a bad guy here that he needs to attack?
It creates an illusion of yourself that lasts for a minute. It appears within 30 feet of you as a bonus action. You can move it, but it has to remain within 120 feet of me. That's basically all it says.
Okay.
So acts just as an illusion, I would assume.
So this man that's by the barracks, he stands up and pulls out a scimitar, and he is going to swing at Squire with a 13. Would that normally hit Roos? A 13?
No, a 13 wouldn't normally hit.
Okay, so then we'll say that Squire manages to kind of dodge aside, and it looks like this man missed Roos, so he's going to attack at him again. And for a 12, that was even worse. Okay, so Squire has managed to kind of tie up this one man over on the west side.
This one everyday man?
This one everyday man. The one who is surrounded by Pine and Phobos and Deimos, who got knocked down. He is going to stand up. He is looking pretty rough, but as he stands up, Pine, you can't help but notice he doesn't look like he really cares. And he is going to attack at you, Pine, twice. The first one is going to be a 22. Does that hit?
That hits.
Okay, that is going to be kind of brutal. So it is 8 slashing damage, plus 9 poison damage.
Oh, wow.
And the second attack is going to be a 15. Does that hit you?
No.
All right. We now have 2 that have not engaged. We have the one that Nari was attacking, and that one gets down on his knees and bows his head, waiting for the killing blow. We have the one that has been hiding on the east side behind the gatehouse, comes rushing in to attack at Ebby. And Ebby, you are going to be attacked twice. Let's see, does an 11 hit you or a 16?
Neither of those will hit.
Neither of those hit. Half plate, right?
Half plate. I'm no longer using a shield. I mean, I had a shield equipped the entire time during disc 1, which helped my armor, but I realized I never role played that I was using the shield, so we have removed that. So Ebby is a little squishier than he was previously.
But he's still got the half plate. Still got
that half plate.
Does he still have the skeleton painted on him from Gadaver's March?
It's faint, but it's there. Yeah.
That's so awesome.
That is awesome. All right, so 2 attacks at Evie, and they both miss. And then we have this one back here by the well. He pulls out a bow, and he's got 3 targets to choose from. So he is actually going to fire at Nari. Nari, you've got 2 arrows coming streaking at you. Does a 6 or an 11 hit you?
Nah, dog.
Looks like that's their turn. That was okay. Here we go. Back up to the top of the initiative.
Yeah, so forgot to do this in the first round of combat, Paul, but I figure now might be a good time to roll initiative and get Amarok also in the fight.
Okay, awesome.
So his initiative, oh wow, he rolled a 20 for his initiative.
Let's reorganize this again. Okay, and here we go. Back up to the top. Round 2, Pine. You have a dude in front of you who is looking very hurt, but you are surrounded by Phobos and Deimos. They got your back. And there's a dancing unicorn right beside you. It is your turn.
Okay, I am pretty hurt though. I'm down to about 25 hit points out of 68. So I gotta get this guy finished off quickly. I think just based on the way you've described him, it sounds like he's under some kind of an enchantment. So I'll yell out to everybody, I'm not sure these people are aware of their actions. Be careful with them, they may be innocents in this. And then I'll take 2 attacks, and if I were to kill him, it would be non-lethal. The first one's only a 14.
That will miss.
Second one is a dirty 20.
Okay, yeah, roll some damage.
That's 14 damage.
As you wallop him with your sword and you're about to do 2 more attacks, he crumples to the ground. His eyes, even though they're glassy and kind of glazed over already, they get even more glassy and he drops like a sack of potatoes.
Awesome. So then for my bonus action, I'll go ahead and move Kennig Zestok over to the one who's waiting for a killing blow.
Okay.
And I'll take that one attack there with advantage. So that's a 26 to hit.
That will definitely hit.
For 12 force damage.
And this guy, you cannot help but kill.
Oh, dang it. Okay. Then with my movement, I'm going to go ahead and I think I can actually make it up to the sorceress. So I'm actually just going to go get right up next to her. So that way, if she tries to do anything that would provoke an attack of opportunity, I can strike at her.
Yeah, for sure. She's definitely in your threat range. And you still have 1 more attack.
No, I missed the first one.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Pine, great round. You took out 2 dudes. Fantastic.
All by myself. No help at all.
Yeah, that's right. Phobos and Deimos? Nah. All right, Amarok's turn.
Remind me who Amarok even is.
Amarok is like this kind of winged wolf thing that's about the size of a house cat.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He was chilling on Ebby's shoulder, and Ebby would talk to him as though he were having a full-on conversation, but you guys never really could hear what was being said. Ebby is going to yell out and say, Amarok, go after that one. And darting through the air off of his shoulder, Amarok is going to take off and move to the ruffian that's over by the well.
The one that was shooting the arrows?
Yep. And he's going to go ahead and make a melee attack against him. Kind of a bite attack. A 19 to hit.
Nice, that hits.
And it'll be for 5 damage. And then he needs to make a DC 11 con save or he'll get poisoned.
He did a 15 plus something. Yeah, he saved.
Okay, so he'll take half of whatever the poison roll, which is not much. So he'll take 3 more poison damage.
And now, Ebby, it's your turn.
For myself, I'm going to try something, and this could be a total waste of action, but if it works, maybe it could be something. This ruffian that's right in front of me, that's engaged me, I'm going to cast Dispel Magic on him and see if we can end whatever is happening there.
It is so Dispel Magic dispels any level 3 enchantment, correct? Automatically.
If for each spell of 4th level or higher on the target, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. On a successful check, the spell ends.
So what level are you casting it at?
So I'm just casting it with my 3rd level spell slot. Yes, and it's with my spell casting modifier, right? Oh, terrible. An 8.
This ruffian does not look phased.
Well, how about that? So
Wait, so they're ruffians now? They're not everyday man?
This everyday ruffian, this everyday gringy, rugged dude.
In a comfortable pair of Wranglers.
Yes, wearing a comfortable pair of Wranglers. So that was your action, right?
that was my action. For my bonus action, I'm going to use a new ability that I got when I became basically enthralled to Lord Moshe, and I call the ability Verdant Light. And basically I have a pool of D6s that I can use as a bonus action to heal a creature within 60 feet of me.
Oh, cool.
And so I think I'm going to use it to heal Pine for one of these 1d6s for 1 hit point. You're so welcome, Pine.
Everything's better now.
But everybody gets something from the unicorn totem too, right?
I don't think so, because the unicorn totem specifically is when I cast a spell that restores health.
And this is not a spell. This is an ability.
This is an ability, yeah.
Gotcha.
Abby just came up and smacked a Band-Aid on there for you.
Oh man.
I got you, man.
Careful with band-aids. They try to take over the world.
We still need to make that a shirt.
All right. Is that all of Ebby's turn? Because next it's Phobos and Deimos.
Yeah, that's all of Ebby's turn. So yeah, I guess we'll go to Phobos and Deimos now.
Jeez, Jordan, let somebody else have
Dude,
a turn.
I'm sorry. This is getting ridiculous with all of these things. We'll have Phobos on the left go first, and we'll move over towards the ruffian that Squire was engaging with.
Okay.
And then Deimos is going to kind of move over here and attack the ruffian that's right in front of Ebby. So let's start with Phobos.
Okay.
Bite attack. I don't know does Squire count as giving pack tactics?
Or does Squire allow for sneak attacks from Roos?
Squire gives me advantage. I don't know if he gives other people advantage. It specifically says that that I get advantage.
I don't know if I consider it an ally.
Yeah, I'd probably say not then. Okay, so Phobos rolled a 12 for his attack.
Okay. Phobos misses.
Yeah, so Phobos will miss, and now Deimos on the other side, which I think this one will count as having pack tactics. So
Oh, for sure.
first roll was a 15, second roll is a 11.
Those both miss. Neither one of those can connect. They got AC 16.
Got it. Okay.
All right.
That's it for the dire wolves.
Mr. Pine, you see this woman standing here in front of you, and she...
Does she have the same vacant look?
Yes, she does.
Okay.
Glassy eyes, sort of a slack jaw is the wrong word, just kind of not as... You would expect people in this... You've fought a lot of people in your day. You expect like a set to your jaw, clenched teeth, that kind of thing. They don't have that.
No, she's just standing there like Napoleon Dynamite.
No. It's like it's not a total slack jaw like a zombie with their mouth hanging open, but not gritted teeth like you would expect in the middle of combat.
Right, yeah.
Almost like calm. There's almost like this calm, but it does not seem normal. Pine, as you are standing there, you see this woman do something with her hand and disappear from sight.
Sweet.
All right. That brings us now to Nari.
Oh man, well Nari was going to go after that person, but now she feels a bit conflicted. So she's going to run towards the tower. She'll stop next to Amarok and attack the ruffian who he is fighting as well. Oof. So a 9 to hit.
That will miss.
Okay, and then a 16.
That will barely hit, yes.
All right, so 15 damage, and then I will try to disarm him.
Okay.
So he needs to make a strength saving throw of 15.
I think that's only a 13. Nope, never mind. That's actually a 15. Barely. But you get to deal some extra damage when you do that precision dice, right?
Right, so that's an extra 7, so 22 total.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you dealt some extra damage, but he does manage to hold on to his bow. Very good. Anything else that Nari's going to do?
No, I think that's it for now.
Okay, all right, Roos, it is your turn.
Okay, so Roos is going to close the gap to the left and engage the guy that's fighting
Phobos. Yeah, the guy who's by the barracks, the guy who's got Squire right next to him, and Phobos. Yeah, perfect.
Yes,
The guy who's to the left.
that's right. That's right.
Oh, man.
As Roos attacks, the image of himself that's an exact copy that is Squire attacks at the exact same time in a way to distract or confuse the opponent, and so rolled a 24 to hit on that one.
That does hit. Do you want to tell us anything about what you're using to hit him with?
Roos is carrying 2 short swords, and they are so dark black but it's got a red cast to it. The blades look very similar to the swords that he took from Lord Laramie, but they're smaller. They're much smaller than the ones that he took at that time.
Suspicious.
Super sus. All right, how much damage did you do with your sneak attack against this guy?
10 piercing, 1 necrotic, and 11 sneak attack for 22 on that first strike.
Nice.
And then he's going to come at him with the second short sword. And this one was a crit.
Oh my gosh. Too bad that couldn't have been your sneak attack.
I know, right? Yeah, another 22 damage on the offhand.
Oh man, that's huge.
Holy cow. That was beautiful.
I should have picked up some of Lord Laramie's swords.
Bruce kind of has a pained expression. He is not hitting with the flats of the blades.
And is that Roos's whole turn?
Yeah, that is his whole turn.
Awesome. All right. That brings us now to the everyday men.
Yes.
We'll start over here at the one that Roos just walloped. And definitely the most damage done to him was by Roos. So he is going to actually attack at Roos 2 times. A 7 or an 18. Does the 18 hit?
Yes, an 18 does hit.
Okay. And that is going to deal, it looks like 7 slashing damage plus 5 poison damage.
Okay. So as he strikes, you see Squire, this image of me, like kind of step in and soften the blow a little bit as well.
Nari, you got this other guy up here who has the bow who was shooting at you guys. He drops the bow and draws a sword, and he's going to take 2 swipes at you. A natural 1 is going to miss, but a 20 will hit you.
It will.
All right. So you are going to take 6 slashing damage and looks like 13 poison damage.
That's 19 damage in 1 hit.
Okay.
And Ebby and Demos, you guys have both you're both a threat. Demos has done more damage, so he's actually going to go after Demos. Demos gets attacked twice. There is a crit, and then there is Demos got hit twice, and one of them was a crit. Let's see. The first one is going to... that's actually not too bad. That is 18 plus 3. That's a total of 21 damage.
Oh, man.
Is Demos still standing?
He is barely up. That poor pup.
Well, the second one is going to deal a total of 15 damage.
And that is it.
8 slashing, and then the rest is poison.
Yeah, Demos disappears in a puff of puppy fur.
Let's see. So that was the everyday man's turn. Let's go back up to the top of the round with Pine. Pine, you were confronting that woman who had cast the fireball, and then she disappeared from view. You are now standing up by the Grand Hall, kind of all by yourself. Nari is a little bit further south and to the west, and then Ebby is way down to the south, and Roos is way down to the southwest.
Okay, so for my bonus action, first things first, I'm going to send Koenig's S-Talk down to help Ebby.
Okay.
I'll use my bonus action for Koenig's S-Talk and see if it hits. It's a 17 to hit.
That will hit.
For 9 force damage.
9 force damage. That is the first damage this guy has taken.
Okay. And then for my action, I'm going to use my trained senses. I know they didn't seem like they were undead, but I'm going to see if I can detect any celestials, fiends, or undead within 60 feet of me.
All right, celestials, fiends, or undead. You have 6 seconds that works, correct?
Yes.
All right, you do not detect anything within 60 feet of you.
Okay. Then for my movement, because that was my whole action, I'm going to come join Nari and Amarok on this one Wrangler's wearing everyday person.
The one up by the well, kind of in the middle of the courtyard.
He looks so comfortable, you know?
I know.
It's got a U-shaped crotch as opposed to the V-shaped crotch. I remember that from one of the commercials. Am I the only one?
Functional and yet durable. That's wonderful.
All right, well, Amarok's turn. Amarok is confronting this very same Wrangler's wearing everyday man.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, Amarok. I'm going to say that Nari and Pine can now hear Amarok say, "Die, mortal," and goes ahead and has a bite for a crit.
Oh my gosh.
That's rad.
Oh my, I like him.
Which it would be 6 damage. Let's see. I guess 9.
9 damage. Nice, Amarok.
Yeah, and then the DC 11 Constitution save.
Rolled a natural 19.
Okay, so he'll take half of this, which again is super low. So 4 damage from poison.
Well, actually, he takes 8 poison damage, which would have been doubled because it was a crit. But since he saved, it's only 8 damage.
Oh, okay then.
So he still takes that damage.
Yeah, I like that. I like you, Paul. Just wanted to say.
Well, I like you too, Jordan. I like it a lot.
Jeez, get a room.
All right, Ebby's turn now. Oh, yeah, this is the whole Jordan section. So, Ebby, it is your turn.
All right, we'll try to make this quick. Ebby's going to hold up his right hand, and at the wrist, his hand kind of drops down, revealing the barrel, basically, of a gun. Ebby says, "Check out this new trick, Mana Cannon!" And he's going to go ahead and blast out with his new cantrip, Mana Cannon, twice.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
So a 22 to hit
That hits.
for 5 damage for the first one.
Okay.
And then the second one will be an 11 to hit. So
That one will miss.
nothing there. And then for his bonus action let's do Pine. We'll go ahead and cast a 2nd level Erdos's Word on Pine.
How far does Erdos's word go? Is that 60 feet?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So healing Pine for 10, and then all of us get an extra 5.
Everybody except for Roos.
Except for Roos and poor Phobos.
I see how it is. We don't see each other for 5 years, and suddenly I'm not part of the unicorn totem.
Yeah, no, you're dead to me. It's fine.
It seems like only yesterday you guys were embracing over the abyss.
Oh, if only that story were canon.
All right, that brings us to Phobos' turn.
All right, Phobos will just go ahead and have an attack. And I think this time there will be some pack tactics. So first roll is a 22. Let's see if we can get a crit. 19, so I guess the 22 to hit. And the damage will be 13 damage.
Okay.
And then he'll need to do the DC. Oh, he might be out, so.
Yeah. Phobos leaps in and rips this guy's throat out.
Fantastic.
I said they may be victims in all this too.
We don't have time for that, old man.
Phobos looks at you, Pine, and goes, "Ruh-roh."
Zoinks!
Oh, man. Okay, yeah. So Phobos has a move.
Yeah, let's actually have him make his way back towards the one that's attacking me.
Okay.
So that way he can be ready to fight this next one.
And that brings us now to a certain someone who may have disappeared.
She's lost forever in the astral plane? What?
Roos and Nari and Pine. I want you each to make perception checks with disadvantage, please.
Okay.
Okay. I got a 7.
Nari got a 21 with disadvantage.
That only rolled it once.
Well, you failed anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Okay, so Pine, you have no clue where this woman went. Roos, you probably didn't even know to be looking for her. Nari, as you are kind of fighting this guy here by the well, you hear a click and look up at the tall tower, the tower keep, where you know Kira, where she keeps her residence, and you see the door swing shut.
I'll kind of point that out and be like, look, she's going up to the keep.
All right, and that is your turn, Nari.
Oh, man. Okay. So I think Nari will, take a big whack at this dude in front of her. 23 to hit for 7 damage. And then she is again going to try to disarm him.
Okay.
So that'll do an extra 5 damage. And then he needs to make a strength saving throw.
All right, he's got a +2 to his strength. And he did a 12. Does that disarm him?
Yep. Nope, that should disarm him.
Okay, yeah, his sword goes flying away out of his hands.
Sweet. And then I'm going to come back in with my second attack for 25 to hit for 11 damage.
All right. And as it swings out of his hand, you can't help but notice that he does not look concerned as he looks over at the sword that's flying out of his hands. And he turns back towards you just in time to get an axe to the face as he crumples to the ground. Knocked out or dead?
I'd prefer to knock him out, but I'm not going to hold back too much.
Okay, no, he falls down unconscious. At least you hope he's unconscious.
Hard hit to the head and then falling on cobblestones face first.
Yeah. All right, awesome. Reagan, did you want to move or anything?
Oh, yeah, if he fell down, I'm going to leap over his body and run, I guess, to the tower door. It looks like I can probably get to.
Yeah, you can get to the bottom of the stairs. So the tower door, like medieval keeps, you actually enter on the second floor. There's a staircase that goes up, and then like a wooden staircase. And on the second floor, there's a door that goes in. It looks like a heavy, iron-bound, very solid door, but there's no entry into the tower keep on the first floor. Cool, Nari, that is your turn, and that brings us now to Roos.
Roos kind of. His eyes kind of glaze over, frustrated that the person in front of him was killed. And he turns around and kind of assesses where everyone is at. Is this... I just want to double check real quick. This guy is on the ground, right?
Yeah, everybody is unconscious or dead except for the guy back by the gatehouse that Ebby is fighting. Ebby and Demos or Phobos are fighting this one guy over by on the eastern edge of the gatehouse.
Roos will just he will move. So I will bonus action dash to get the rest of the way. And then I will take 1 strike at this guy.
Okay.
For 25 to hit.
That will hit.
10 piercing and 4 necrotic damage for 14 damage. Oh wait, and since he's engaged with other people, 9 sneak attack, so a total of 23.
That's a huge hit. This guy is still standing, but you hit him really good.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right, that's my turn.
Well, it's now his turn. You showed up and you walloped him, so he actually is going to attack right back at you. 2 swings at you. There is an 8, and then there's a 17.
They both hit, or pardon me, the 17 hits.
You take 23 damage, 9 slashing, and then the rest is all poison.
Ouch. Okay.
And that brings us now up to the top of the round with Pine. Pine, you are standing next to this unconscious everyday man. You see Nari rushing over towards the steps leading into the tower keep.
Okay, Pine will yell out, "I'm heading in with Nari!" And I'll use my bonus action for Kenna Zestok, who's still over there by the everyday man.
Okay.
It's only 9 to hit.
Okay, that misses.
But then Pine is going to go ahead and just use his action and his movement to go ahead and move like 60 feet.
Yeah, as you approach these stairs, you see that you have to go up to a landing and then turn to go up. It's like there's a turn in the middle of the stairs. It's all for defense to kind of keep you closer to the tower so they can shoot you with bows and arrows, but it still takes you longer to get up to the second floor. Anyway, you managed to get up, it looks like, partway up the stairs, almost to the door.
Okay. And that's my turn.
Amarok's turn.
I think I'll just have Amarok maybe come down. Let me see if Amarok can make it. Yeah, to the far side of the ruffian that I'm dealing with.
Okay.
And we'll go ahead and make an attack on that guy. An 11 to hit, so nothing.
And Ebby's turn.
All right. Ebby's going to try and basically do the same thing he did last time. So we'll keep blasting this guy in the face with the mana cannon. So first one was a nat 1 for a 6 to hit. So goes wide, almost hits Phobos in the face. The next one, also a nat 1 for a 6 to hit. So now the next one almost hits Amarok in the face.
It's like a 1 in 400 chance of you doing that. You should go play Powerball right now.
Yeah, seriously.
I imagine it's like the Mega Man blast cannon,
yes.
but you're shooting your dogs.
when you power up the Buster, and then you miss, and it's like I wasted like 5 seconds powering that up, and then I missed.
Nice. And I'm gonna give myself a pep talk and be like, "Come on, Ebby, you can do this!" and cast Erdos's word as my bonus action on myself.
Okay.
To heal myself for 6, and then everybody in the aura, which I guess is just me and Roos now, get the extra 5.
Okay. And don't forget that Phobos does too.
Oh, Phobos gets that too. Oh, happy day.
Perfect. All right. That brings us now to Phobos.
All right, and Phobos. Phobos will go ahead and attack. First roll is a 9 to hit, and then his second roll is a 12 to hit.
And that will miss.
None of us are landing anything. Good grief.
Oh, golly. All right. All right. And then that's Phobos' turn. And we've got Nari. You are up.
Well, I kind of feel bad for leaving Ebby by himself now, but not even by himself with his 3 familiars.
Just give us a minute.
Hey, I'm not one of his familiars.
Yeah, and the sword is mine.
No, Nari is going to bust up those stairs and, try to bust down the door if she can to get into that tower.
Yeah. Nari, you push the door open and it opens right up, and you are now in the tall tower, the tower keep, and you are out of this combat.
Okay.
Roos, I will tell you, Nari, what you see in a second. Roos, you are up.
All right, Roos is going to strike out with his short sword for a 26 to hit,
That hits.
dealing 11 piercing, 1 necrotic, and 7 sneak attack for 19 damage.
Oh, man. Huge hit. This guy is barely hanging on.
Okay. And then he's going to follow up with his second strike. Ugh. And this one was only an 11 to hit.
That will miss.
Dang it. And that will be Roos's turn.
You Squire's kind of standing over there still where you left him, kind of waving, like, kind of shrugging, like, what do you want me to do? Like, I'm just standing here.
Yeah, it takes a bonus action to move him, so I just left him there.
I know. He's just like, he's stuck to the play, like, waiting for you to tell him to do something. And that brings us back to this everyday man. He has 4 targets to choose from. All of them have hit him or have come close. So he is going to go for Roos. Roos, 2 attacks coming your way. We have got a 13 or a 15.
Oh, neither of those hit.
Okay, all right. This guy looks like he is hurting real bad. Pine, we are back into the top. It is your turn.
Okay, so I'm still in combat because I have not gone to the tower yet, and I can still see Kennig Zestok over there. It's going to take 1 more strike at the Wranglers wearing Everyday Man. It's a 17 to hit
That will hit.
for 6 force damage.
And this guy falls down dead. And you guys have cleared all of the bad guys in this area. Cue victory music. Woohoo!
Pine will yell out, Roos or Ebby, can you please grab my sword for me? Thank you very much. Then I'm going to rush into the tower with Nari, and while I go, I will be touching myself.
Ooh.
Hey, don't we all,
For 20 hit points.
And quite the time to do it, but
So
I call those my pep talks, but
That is exactly what I'm doing, though.
So here is what is going to happen. Roos, is there something you need to do?
Yes. Now, do I have to make another save, or is it...
You make another save because you had the chance to kind of sate your thirst.
I rolled a 25 on my wisdom save.
So describe what happens then for Roos.
So his visage was very frustrated and angry until just like this moment, and he breathes deep, and you see his whole facial expression return to normal, and he sheathes his swords.
All right. Here is what is going to happen. Here out in the courtyard, I imagine we have Ebby and Roos rushing towards the tower keep. Roos can move further than Ebby. So we are going to move on to the next map. Nari, since she entered last round, Nari will have one whole round in her here by herself. The next round, Pine will show up. The next round, Roos will show up. And then the last round, sorry, Ebby, you will show up. Unless you want to do something more drastic, like, I don't know, turn into an eagle or something and fly over there.
Or right on Phobos.
Or right on Phobos.
I don't know that Phobos would fit, right?
This is a big door. So Phobos could go in at least through this door.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I will ride on Phobos if that's cool.
So then we'll say Phobos and Ebby will show up the same round that Roos does. Let us jump, and we're going to jump over inside of Taybury's Tower Keep. As you enter into the Tower Keep, this is a place you guys have all been multiple times. This is not a large keep. In fact, I think it's only about like 50 feet by 50 feet, right? It's only like a 50-foot square tower. As you enter into this keep, you are in this corridor that's 10 feet wide, about 15 feet long, and that opens up into this hall. And in this hall, there is this slightly raised dais. There are these two thrones that sit there. This is not where Kira would normally take an audience, but it is. It's kind of a secondary one for more private meetings, that kind of thing. To the left and to the right, there are also doorways that lead around the outside of the tower. And you guys would all know that in the upper, kind of in the northwest corner, there is a staircase that goes up to the third floor. And in the north east corner, there is a staircase that goes down to kind of a storage area. And there's also a smaller dungeon, kind of prison that is here in the keep as well. On the third floor, there's bedrooms. There is Kira's study. There's also the servants' rooms, and there's a kitchen with some food preparation areas up there. So as you come into this corridor, Nari, you're the first one that comes busting in. This round is all you. You can see at the back of, so the corridor goes up a little bit, and in this hall behind the thrones, there's a door, and you can see another one of these just kind of normal looking dudes wearing a cloak, and he is standing at the door. You see him. It looks like he is talking to somebody, and the door behind him closes as he turns around and notices you, Nari. Nari, since your initiative is higher, I'm going to let you go first before this everyday man goes.
Okay, and do I know what's behind that door?
Yeah, you know that door is like a back hallway, and that hallway connects the staircase that goes up and the staircase that goes down. Basically, it's like this room is kind of in the middle of this square hallway that goes all the way around the outside of the tower.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So I will run up to the everyday man, and I will just start swinging. 19 to hit for 15 damage.
That will hit, and 15 damage. Okay.
And then I'm going to go in again, 20 to hit for 17 damage.
Holy cow. Oh my gosh.
And then I will just go ahead and try to disarm him while we're here.
Okay, cool. So he's got to make a strength save, right?
Yeah, 15.
He gets a +2 to this. He rolled a 20.
Okay. And then I rolled a 1 for his extra damage, so.
Well, you have bloodied this guy quite quickly. He is going to strike back at you now, Nari. So there are 2 attacks coming your way. A 9 or a 19.
The 19 will hit.
Okay, you are going to take 8 slashing damage and 11 poison damage.
Okay.
And that's going to bring us now back up to the top of the round as Pine comes bursting in. And Pine, you see this thing that I've already described. Nari is attacking another one of these everyday men in his Wranglers up near the north end of the hall.
Okay. Well, Pine is going to go ahead and rush in and assist Nari. So I'm going to go up and take a couple strikes against this guy.
Okay.
First is I'm fighting using that ability that adds 10 to my attack roll. So I got a 9. The second one is 26 to hit.
Okay, yeah. Deal some damage.
For 11 damage. Unleash with precision, Swordmaster's Fury, and all that. 2 more strikes for 5 more damage.
All right, awesome. Yeah, this guy's taking quite a beating. Okay, Nari, it's your turn.
All right, I'm coming in to clobber him again. 13 to hit.
That misses.
Oh my gosh, and then a 9 to hit.
That will miss.
I am gonna use my bonus action, just to heal myself a little bit since I don't have anything else to do.
Oh yeah, perfect.
So I'll just gain back 15
Oh,
HP.
nice. That's a big hit.
That's not bad, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. He's going to split his attacks. One at Pine and one at Nari. Pine, does a 20 hit you?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. That is going to be 4 slashing damage plus 9 poison damage.
Okay, I can handle that.
And then Nari, does a 24 hit you?
It does. It does, Paul.
That is going to be a total of 21 damage. The first 6 of that is slashing.
I'm so happy I healed myself.
Holy crap. These everyday men are hitting way harder than by every account they should. Okay, we are back up to the top. Pine, it is your turn. Ebby and Roos will both show up this turn. But they have not shown up yet because it's not their turn yet. So Pine, go ahead.
Pine's going to head over to Nari and say, "We're still in this. We have to get to her." And I'm going to give you another, the last 20 of my commander's morale.
Oh, thanks, Pine.
Always.
Do you want to be with her? and make believe with her? Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
That was gold. Yeah, that's my turn.
All right, Amarok comes busting through the door.
Cool. Amarok's just going to try to swoop in and get as close as possible to this guy, and we'll have a quick attack. 14 to hit.
That will miss. All right, and that brings us now to Ebby and Phobos come busting in to the room.
Good grief. I'm going to say that it looks like it's a little too tight for Phobos to really get deep into there. So maybe Phobos will kind of veer off to the left and kind of make way. But Ebby will try to have a couple shots with the mana cannon.
Okay.
So first one is a 16 to hit.
That will hit.
Yay. For 3 force damage.
3 force damage, okay.
And the next one is a 7 to hit.
That will miss.
All right. And then my bonus action, I'll do another second level Urdas's word.
Okay.
Let's do it on Nari.
Did you move the unicorn with you when you came?
You know, I didn't, and so I think it's okay that it got left out in the back in the yard.
I think at the end of the fight, after we win, the unicorn's going to come clomping in holding Kennick Zestok.
That's great. So Nari got healed for 11.
Nice.
Damn, thanks, y'all.
All right, and then Phobos' turn.
I don't know that Phobos can get up in there.
Phobos can leap over the thrones. It looks like Phobos can move around in this room just because it's got the wider hallway. The rest of the hallways in this tower are just 5 feet wide. So after this kind of hall, Phobos is going to be stuck.
Well, we'll try and have an attack here. First roll was a 12. The advantage roll is a 24.
That will hit.
For 10 damage.
Nice.
All right. This guy is fighting for his life with a glazed look and really no concern for his life. I mean, he's fighting for his life very well, but he doesn't have like that fear in his eyes you would expect. And Phobos leaps in and rips off his arm as he falls to the ground and dies from massive blood loss. As Roos comes busting in to the tower keep, we are going to end initiative.
Roos has Kennick Zestok slung over his shoulder as he enters the room.
All right.
Oh, nice of you to join us.
Somebody left their weapons in the courtyard. I had to go get them.
Oh, thank you. That's mine. I'll take it. Thank you. You remember that Kenny Testock? I used to throw it out there back when we were adventuring together, and I'll go collect it. Put it around my back.
Do we think Kira will be upstairs?
That's where she sleeps, right?
Yes. Nari blushes a little bit.
A lot more places for her to be upstairs than downstairs, right?
I think we should hurry.
Yep.
Let's go. We should tell Phobos to just stand guard here at the exit. Don't let anybody leave.
That's a great idea. Yeah, Abby will say that.
You guys have decided to head upstairs. You open the door behind this throne, and you see out in the hallway to the right, there is a staircase that spirals down to the first floor. And to the left, there's a staircase that spirals up to the third floor. You've decided to go up the staircase?
Yes.
Okay. What's the marching order?
I think Nari's probably charging up front.
And Pine's directly behind Nari, but I think Pine would say, "Hey, Abby, do you think your cat could go check downstairs? We don't think that she's down there, but just to make sure."
What foolish mortal dare insult the majesty of Amarok, the most? No, Abby interrupts him and says, "No, yeah, Amarok could be happy to do that."
Did we hear it, or was he just like having a conversation with his cat?
No, yeah, you guys could hear it.
Okay.
You're gonna start being able to hear him more.
Wait, it does talk?
Of course he could talk. What silly nonsense. You think I was talking to myself this whole time?
Well, we never heard Niam's voice. I just assumed that this was kind of the same sort of thing.
Ah, yes. Well, I guess it could be forgiven then, couldn't it?
Meanwhile, Pine and Nari are already up the stairs.
So,
I was going to say, there's no time for your cute pets.
so you're going to send Amarok downstairs.
Yes.
So what
Amarok
does that mean for Ebby?
In terms of kind of their connection, I can sense what they sense if they're within 1 mile of me.
Oh, wow.
As a familiar. And Amarok's going to trigger his invisibility as well. So that way he just won't trigger any, he won't be seen or causing a ruckus.
Amarok heads down the stairs. You guys head up the stairs. So what you guys get, when you guys get up here to the third floor, you know that you're kind of in this northwest corner. There is a door kind of straight ahead that leads into Kira's study. And then on the other side inside the study is also the door that leads into her bedroom. So you have to go through the study to get to her bedroom. And you guys would know then that on the south, again, there's a hall that goes all the way around this floor as well, with arrow slits dotting the walls. But on the south side of this floor is where you would access the kitchens. And then the kitchen also has like a pantry. And then on the western hall, there is the servants' quarters. And then in the northeast corner of this room, of this floor, there's also a ladder that leads to the roof of the tower keep.
I think I would be running straight towards that study.
Same with Pine, yeah.
Yeah, you bust in to the study. So I open the door. You guys can go ahead and move on in. As you enter the study, you see a desk covered in papers and quills and that kind of thing. And this is much as you remember it, except for things seem a little bit more scattered. Quickly, are you guys going to investigate? If you guys look, there is a door that is on the eastern wall that leads into the bedroom. But if you guys want to investigate, you can take a little bit more time, or you can make a quick perception check if you would like to do that.
I think Nari would make a perception check and then keep moving.
Yeah, same thing with Abby.
Yeah.
So what'd you guys all get for your perception?
Nari rolled a 26.
Oh, nice.
That beats Pine's 17.
And it certainly beats Abby's 7.
Roos got a 15.
Okay. We'll say Nari and Roos and Pine all notice this, but definitely Nari with your 26. And it's also a little bit more connected to you. You notice that on the floor behind the desk, you see a small red sending stone, a cell stone, as you call it, Nari. And you know that this is the stone that she would have used to contact you, a stone that she probably hasn't used for a long time. And here it is on the ground.
Nari will pick it up and put it in her pocket and then keep moving to the back room.
All right. As you open the door into the bedroom, go ahead and you can see that there is this grand bed, this big canopied bed. There is like a dresser on one side. There's a chair for dressing. There is a mirror. And you see going through the dresser, you see another kind of everyday man. He is wearing a cloak. He's got just normal clothes on. He's got a sword at his waist. And he looks up as the door opens. And I know you guys just made perception checks. This time I want you guys to make perception or insight as you come busting into the room.
Nari rolled a nat 1 for 9.
Pine got another 17.
Okay.
Roos got a 26.
Yeah, I was going to say, Ebby got a 15 for insight.
Okay, so for insight. Insights for Roos and for Ebby were successes, and then Pine's perception. Pine, you look at...
Did you all get a 15, 17, and 26 again?
Did that happen last time?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I rolled a 26 and some, but...
Ebby and Job switched places, but yes.
Oh, my goodness.
That's awesome.
We'll say, Pine, you look in, and your perception of this guy is that he has... his face is sweaty, and his eyes are wide. Roos and Ebby, with your insights, you seem to see that this guy seems more normal than the others that you have seen in the castle at this point. Almost like he's not under the same effects as everybody else. And as you come busting into the room, he drops a handful of clothing and he throws his hands up in the air and he says, "Don't kill me, don't kill me." And that's where we're going to stop for tonight.
Oh, man.
Where is she? Where is she?
That's exactly what I wanted to ask.
That was
Awesome.
my Christian Bale Batman impression.
Yeah.
Awesome,
This
guys.
episode
Hey,
will
that
come
was
out
fun.
right around when the new Batman's supposed to come out.
Ooh, cool.
The Edward from Twilight Batman, right?
Exactly.
Indeed.
Oh,
Which I'm
man.
hoping will be okay, but might not be. But
No, he was great in Tenet. He's
This
not
is
a bad
true.
actor.
Yeah, he's not a bad
That's
actor.
True.
And
Yeah.
I'm hopeful.
He always says he regrets Twilight, too, so I feel like that's a main thing.
You know
to
what?
hold
Yeah.
I
himself.
regret Twilight as well.
The state of Washington regrets Twilight.
Oh my! I regret going to Forks one time. Yes, I did go. I did go to Forks.
Oh, man. That's dedication.
To be fair, we were passing through. We were just passing through.
Passing
Anyway,
through,
hey,
there was nothing over there.
Well, we were in Port Angeles.
The Olympic National Park.
Yeah, we were in Port Angeles. We went and did a hike, and then we went all the way over to the coast to La Push, actually. Because it's a beautiful beach over there. Anyway, on that note, thanks everybody for listening. This has been exciting to see how our characters have done with some of their new skills, some of their respect abilities, some of their other things going on. Wink, wink, Roos, I'm looking your way. Anyway, if you like what we're doing, go leave us a review, rate us, tell your friends, to come check us out. It's been a lot of fun for us, and it seems like from what we hear from you guys, you're having a lot of fun listening as well. So until we get together next time, we hope you have a great time.